Important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samar Singha and read by Niranjan Abesundara. The voting on the 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be held at 7:30 p.m. today. Quarantine curfew imposed from 6 p.m. today in the Kotahena Police Division. Army commanders say those who went to Pallier Fish Market in the last 7 days should undergo PCR tests. 50 new corona-infected persons identified today. Discussions held on the development of the Nuwara district under the patronage of the Prime Minister. In world news, Trump and Obama mock each other in rival election rallies. In sports news, Extreme E-Racing Series, 9 teams sign up to race in 5 remote locations across the world to raise awareness on climate change. The draft bill on the 20th Amendment of the Constitution is being debated in Parliament. Debate will end at 7:30 p.m. today. After the voting will take place during the committee stage. Taking part in the debate, Minister Yuval Virangsa said, 20th Amendment will strengthen the state machinery. Minister Udayagamapilla pointed out the 19th Amendment gave executive powers to 3 individuals. MP Rauf Hakim said appointing of judges in a transparent manner is essential to ensure supremacy of the law. Minister Nimal Siripala Disarwa said he supported the 9th Amendment based on the agreement to change the electoral system. Pointing out the 9th Amendment made state machinery weak, MP Gamadu Kumarathunga said 20th Amendment could rectify the shortcoming. Parliamentarian W. Ratna pointed out that the 9th Amendment made chaos in the country. Minister Mahinda Amarveera said SLFP gives its fullest support for the 20th Amendment. Minister Bandhu Gunawardena said the 9th Amendment led the country down a precipice. The National Operations Centre to Prevent the Spread of COVID-19 says the quarantine curfew will be imposed in the Kotahena Police area from 6 p.m. today. Quarantine curfew has also been imposed in the Mattakulia, Modara, Vallampitiya, Blumendal and Grand Pass police areas in the Colombo district. Quarantine curfew in 34 police division in the Gampaha district, Kuliyapitiya, Giriulla, Naramala, Dumarsur and Panel police divisions is effective further. Police media spokesman D.I. Jarit Rohan has said public support is essential for health and security authorities to control the spread of the virus. Head of the National Operations Centre to Prevent the Spread of COVID-19, Army Commander Sean De Silva says those who went to the Pallier Fish Market in the last 7 days should contact the public health inspector in the areas for PCR tests. He said more than 200,000 PCR tests have been conducted in the past 2 weeks. He further said that 1,800 were sent for quarantine yesterday. The Minuwangada corona cluster has increased to 2,558. 50 new infected persons have been found today. 22 of them are workers of 2 factories of the Katnayaka Free Trade Zone. 6 have been found from the Palliagada Fish Market and others are contacts of the Minuwangada Garment Factory. A discussion on the development of activities in Nuwara district took place on the patronage of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Parliament Complex yesterday. It has been organised under the programme to promote main cities and connect city for tourists, as mentioned in the Vistas Prosperity Manifesto. Discussions took place on converting Nuwara town and surrounding areas into a tourist city. The Prime Minister instructed officials to develop areas close to Gregory's Lake and Racecourse. Discussions took place on developing the Nuwara town, recommencing horse racing, increasing quality of gardens in the town, improving sports facilities, and protecting sensitive zones in the area. The development activity in the Nuwara town are at last stages. The Prime Minister said that housing project will be implemented in the Hatton town on request of State Minister Jeevan Thondaman. The Prime Minister instructed develop facilities for tourists from Hatton to Sripada. Accordingly, the area near Castlereagh Reservoir will be developed to attract tourists. Wetlands in Kottagala will be conserved. 4 senior police officers have been appointed to solve problems of the public and maintaining factories in the Gampaha and the North Colombo police divisions where there is a quarantine curfew. The appointments have been made by the senior DIG in charge of Western Province. Police media spokesman Aditya Rohan has said advice can be obtained from those senior police officers on problems related to maintaining factories and getting curfew permits. The employees' essential services can use the identity cards as a curfew permit. He further said identity cards should not be used for other purposes. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs decided to suspend all services offered by its Consular Affairs Division until further notice to restrict the congregation of general public. The move comes into effect as a precautionary measure to prevent the spread of COVID-19. In a notice published today, the Foreign Minister said Consular Affairs Division located at Selinco Building in Colombo will remain closed for visitors, including exporters who visit the division for attestation of export documents until further notice. Documents attended services will also not be offered by both regional consular officers in Mathura and Jaffna. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
The Western Province Main Secretary has announced that issuing of vehicle revenue licenses in the Colombo district has been suspended from today till the 29th of this month. Secretary said that fine will not be charged in obtaining the revenue license which has expired during that period. However, license can be downloaded by logging into www.motortraffic.wp.gov.lk website. Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, says that they have paid attention in conducting university examinations online. The aim is to maintain university education examinations without interruption. The chairman said that it will be implemented after discussion with the vice chancellors and university teachers. And that ends local news for now.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddha Lepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddha Lepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vedha Mahatmya.
The Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka decided to maintain the standing deposit facility rate and the standing lending facility rate at the current levels of 4.50% and 5.50% respectively. The board at its meeting held yesterday noted the decline in overall market lending rates following the unprecedented monetary easing measures taken by the Central Bank thus far during the year. It is expected the broad-based downward adjustment in the market lending rates to continue, thereby ensuring affordable credit flows to productive sectors of the economy in the prevailing low inflation environment. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vedha Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddha Lepa.
On to watch live, the All-Ireland United Economic Centres and Manning Market Traders Union say the Colombo Manning Market is closed from 9 a.m. today until 5 a.m. on Monday. The Vice Chairman of the Manning Market Trader Association, Nimal Athanayaka, said the decision was taken following directives issued by the police. The vice chairman said all measures have been taken to ensure the safety of traders and consumers. That came to in Watchlight. On to world news. Trump and Obama mock each other in rival election rallies. Investigation launched into deaths after flu jab in South Korea. State of emergency lifted in Thailand after days of rallies. US President Donald Trump and his predecessor Barack Obama have directed blistering attacks at each other during rival rallies. Campaigning for Democratic White House nominee Joe Biden in Pennsylvania, Mr. Obama likened Mr. Trump to a crazy uncle and said he emboldened racists. In North Carolina, Republican President mocked Mr. Obama for being wrong with the 2016 election outcome. With 13 days to go until the election, Mr. Biden holds a solid lead nationally. South Korean authorities have sought to reassure people at the number who have died after being vaccinated against seasonal influenza Rosh 13. The doctor leading an inquiry into the death said that he does not believe the vaccine and fatalities are connected. But trust in the vaccine program has been dented, and the Korean Medical Association has called for it to be halted until its safety is assured. So far, around 13 million people in South Korea have received the flu jab. Thailand revoked an emergency decree imposed a week ago as it tried to end months of protests against the Prime Minister and the monarchy. An official statement said the violent situation that led to the decree has eased. The measures which banned gatherings of more than 4 people and imposed a curfew prompted even larger rallies. And back to the headlines of the world news. Trump and Obama mock each other in rival election rallies. Investigation launched into deaths after flu jab in South Korea. State of emergency lifted in Thailand after days of rallies. That was world news.
Development News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
The Walacheni paper mill, which had stalled operations for 26 years, resumed recently, has targeted 100 tons a day in the near future. The chairman of the National Paper Company Limited, Vimal Virupasinghe, said, after 26 years, they have commenced production on a small scale and they are manufacturing around 25 tons daily. He said there are around 80 employed at the Walacheni factory and they would increase the staff up to 400 when they reach the 100-ton daily production. That was Development News.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Ammi insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neve.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Extreme e-racing former Formula One world champion Nico Rosberg is putting his own team in the upcoming Extreme e-racing series. The off-road series has attracted several leading names, including 6-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton. Rosberg Extreme Racing is the 9th team to sign up to race in 5 remote locations across the world to raise awareness of climate change. The all-electric series will race for the 4-wheel drive Odyssey 21E SUV. Golf news. The Wick Open, Australian event that is part of both LPGA Tour and the Men's European Tour scheduled for next year, was cancelled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The announcement regarding the scheduled February tournament was made today. Men and women compete for the identical prize money, teeing off in alternative groups, which is a rarity among top golf events. Badminton news. Badminton New Zealand Chief Executive said today the cancellation of the 2020 Badminton Junior World Championship in Auckland highlighted the difficulties of trying to organize sporting events during COVID-19 pandemic. The World Badminton Federation and Badminton New Zealand announced the cancellation of the January event, which had originally been scheduled for 20th September to 11th October, before being moved to early next year due to the pandemic. That was Sports News.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go.
is the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Airtel Lanka said it has been allotted a 4G spectrum by the Telecommunications Regulatory Commission of Sri Lanka and will soon launch its high-speed mobile broadband services across the country. Airtel 4G will operate the 1050 MHz band, which has higher signal propagation. It will translate into a superior 4G network experience for customers with a wider network availability and better indoor coverage. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just Move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions. LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
International Monetary Fund says Sri Lanka's expected gross domestic product should shrink 4.6% for 2020, though it expects the global economy to fare better. However, the IMF says growth will recover to 5.3% in 2021. Global growth is projected at 4.4% in 2020. IMF said India would shrink 10.3%, Maldives 18.7%, while Bangladesh would grow in one of the fastest rates in the world amid COVID-19 crisis. That is economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh, no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Now to the weather, Met Department says showers will occur tomorrow at several places in the western and Sabaragawa provinces and the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, Galle and Mathura districts. Strong upward winds can be expected in the north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee, Batticaloomana and Hambantota districts and on the western slopes of Central Hills. That was the weather report. And back to the headlines of the news. The voting on the 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be held at 7:30 p.m. today. Quarantine curfew imposed from 6 p.m. today in the Kotahena Police Division. Army commanders say those who went to the Paligoda Fish Market in the last 7 days should undergo PCR tests. 50 new corona-infected persons identified today. Discussions held on the development of the Noodle district under the patronage of the Prime Minister. In world news, Trump and Obama mock each other in rival election rallies. Sports news, Extreme E-Racing Series, 9 teams sign up for a race in 5 remote locations across the world to raise awareness on climate change.